Hey friends, welcome to Friday Thoughts from the Minivan. Did you catch Pastor Kelly on Wednesday's video? She was calling me out. Yeah, I do these from the minivan, but I don't live, Pastor Kelly, I don't live in a minivan down by the church, okay? I do it because it's hard to find a quiet spot around here. We got kids in every room doing their virtual school. It's just crazy around here, so I found that this minivan can be a quiet haven sometimes, I guess. Maybe it's kind of sad, but anyway, here's the thought for the day. Words from Jesus in Matthew chapter 12, verse 34. It also says it in Luke as well. Words to his biggest critics, he says this: out of the overflow of your heart, the mouth speaks. Take that in. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. If you want to take stock of what is going on inside of your heart, like what your biggest passions are, what drives you the most, maybe what your greatest desires are. If you want to take stock of what's in the heart, then take stock of what is going on in your mouth, like what you speak, or the way that you say something, or what you post, or if you have a great filter and you don't say things, you filter out things you say, maybe take stock of the way you think about something or a situation or somebody, because out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. One of the most humbling things I've ever had to do as a parent is multiple times ask my own kids for forgiveness for the way in which I said something. Because if you're a parent, especially of young kids, you know that you can say something that is definitely true, like, hey, I've told you 28 times to put on your pajamas within the past 3 minutes, but here we are, you're not doing it. Get up there and put them on. You can say something that's true, but by the 28th time, the way in which you say it could be, I've found, less than loving and maybe even kind of bitter. And it can be shaping your kids in a way that you didn't want to. And you could get the end result that you want. Your kids could be sitting there with their pajamas on, but the means to get there, the way in which it happened, maybe was way less than Christ-like. And even just a couple weeks ago, I had to ask my own son for forgiveness because of the way that I said something. And it gave me this opportunity. That's what our words can do when we allow the Spirit to take stock of what we say. It was this opportunity to notice that something less than good was going on maybe in my heart. Maybe it's something from earlier in the day, a stress that was not given over to God. Maybe it was something that should have been confessed or dealt with that just wasn't quite given over to Him. And then that can pile up, and then that gets in our heart. And then what we speak comes out of the overflow of our heart. And so I had to ask for forgiveness. The beauty of God's forgiveness is that we can ask Him for it at any point, and He fills our own lives, our hearts, with that forgiveness. And then we begin to be people who can extend that to others. And so out of our mouth comes words of grace and forgiveness instead of enmity and division and blame and all of that. Today, friends, more than ever, we need people, aka the church, followers of Jesus, who are filled with His Spirit, His love. And so we can speak words of truth, like righteousness, making the world right. But we can do so in a Christ-like way that bears witness to the one who extends us His grace and His forgiveness. If you want to know what people are like and what's in their heart, take stock of what you or I or others say. I'm thinking of Jesus and the way in which He is this example of out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. Because He said things to you and me like, you who are weary or heavy burden, come to me and find rest. He said things like to His enemies on the cross, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. And when that kind of love enters us, then we get to speak words that look like Jesus. Not just words of emptiness to keep the peace, but words of truth that bring life and goodness and restoration and transformation and all that into the world. So, be filled with his love today, friends. Speak words of truth today to others in the name of Jesus. Be different in the world because of who he has made you to be. And one final thing, join us on Sunday, 9 a.m. and 10:45. We are back live in service, following all the guidelines that we need to be following. If you're not able to join us live, then we will be live streaming at 10:45 a.m. All right. Love you guys. Peace.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome?